Hi guys, it's Erica from Diary of a Domestic Diva, and today we are talking about how to descale your Keurig. So I had the unfortunate incident today of wanting to grab a cup of coffee, and lo and behold, nothing happened. No water was flowing and no coffee was flowing. And then I got the message on my display that said descale. So immediately I went to my instruction manual, and then I kind of tossed it to the side and went to Google and YouTube. So I'm going to share with you 3 tips I learned today that are sort of a combination of the 3. Here goes. Mine actually gave me a message today after a couple of frustrating attempts to brew coffee when the machine wouldn't do anything, and the descale message came up on the display panel, which of course now is not there because I finally figured out what to do. Okay, so one of the first things I noticed, because after I filled the water reservoir with half full with white vinegar, is that the machine still wasn't operating. I was pressing, when it was ready to go, ready to brew, I was pressing the big brew button, and then it would kind of chugga and then go silent. So nothing was moving. So that usually means that there's a blockage of some sort. So a couple of the tricks that I did involved taking out, and of course I've already loosened it, usually you have to unsnap this piece, and get your heavy-duty paper clip and open it up. And then if you look under here, let me see if I can get in there. There's a sharp little needle, a little blade, and then there's a little space in there, that 3 little openings, and what you do is you just slide your paper clip up in there to try and loosen up any blockage that might be in there. And as well, if you separate this into 2 pieces, and hold on, I'll show you. So I have removed the K-cup holder and pulled it apart, and you kind of have to give it a yank, but it will pull apart, and which is great to know because I didn't realize that, and needed a little bit of a cleaning. So in there as well, there's another sharp, pointy, needly thing. That's what pokes the bottom of the hole in the K-cup. And if you just flip it over, right here, same idea. You take your paper clip and you just give that a couple of little pokes. So I did that. After using my paper clip trick, I snapped everything back in place, closed it up, and still nothing was working. So I went to another YouTube video which showed me a trick to use with and I just happen to have an electric toothbrush, which will now need to be replaced. And that involves coming over here and removing the water reservoir. And there's this little hole right here, which I guess sometimes gets blocked. And then you just clean it out. I didn't do it for any length of time, probably just about 30 seconds or so. And I thought that that had done the trick. Okay, so I put the water reservoir back, and then I figured that with the toothbrush hint, that maybe that would have loosened up any blockage of the water reservoir, because clearly there was no water or vinegar in that case being drawn out. What happened was initially it worked, and I was able to get a couple of cycles of vinegar in. Then according to the Keurig manual, you're supposed to let the machine sit for 4 hours before flushing it out with your water. When I did that, once again, nothing was happening. As you can imagine, by this time, my frustration is clearly mounting because I started this process this afternoon at 1:30. Granted, I had to work tonight, so I didn't pick up until about 8:30, but that thing back there was starting to annoy me. So I had one last shot, and I needed to use my husband for it because I couldn't lift the machine and turn it upside down with one hand, given that I still have my bum left arm. So basically, and I know it sounds ridiculous, but you need to unplug your Keurig, you need to remove the water reservoir and the drip tray, and then carefully turn it upside down over the kitchen sink and thwack it about 3 or 4 times hard on the bottom. And I'm talking hammer it, don't be shy. And you know what? It actually worked. So I don't know if it's a combination of those 3 things that worked or if it was pure chance. But it seemed to loosen up anything that was stuck inside, and I've since flushed it out, and now I'm ready to have a cup of coffee. Cheers.